Hey to you all, this is Andrew Jones, and this is Overall with me, Andrew Jones. And if you are on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify, make sure that you kindly subscribe to this show in order to get the latest episode. And if you're watching this on YouTube, may you kindly click that subscribe button on the bottom of your screen, which is the obligatory statement for anyone with a YouTube channel. And now, let's start the interview from me to you. This special episode of Overall with me, Andrew Jones, takes place at the FIFA World Cup Trophy Tour that was held at the American Dream Mall in East Rutherford, New Jersey. I had the chance to talk to legends Kaka, Carli Lloyd, and Tim Howard about not only their tremendous careers, but also their thoughts on the upcoming World Cup. Considering that FIFA struggles to do a lot of things well, this event was a success, thanks to the great Sriracha Group doing a wonderful job in assembling these interviews with these legends. So enjoy my talks with Kaka, Tim Howard, Carli Lloyd, and a great Coca-Cola executive, and it'll start now. With the legendary Kaka, one of the just tremendous people in general in the sport of soccer. And I just want to ask you first, your thoughts on that Brazil team being announced yesterday, the wonderful Bobby Firmino, with how deep this Brazil side did not make the team for Tiche. You wish that he would have made the side with how deep and how tough it is to make those decisions, and your thoughts on the overall team.
Well, I think it's a very good team. So Brazil has a very good players to this World Cup, and for the coach, I think it's very difficult decision when you have to decide which player you're gonna take. I think it's like a puzzle. You have to put the pieces together, and of course, someone is gonna like it, someone is gonna hate you. But in my opinion, it was his decision, and the team that he's bringing to the Qatar, it's very good.
You really became such a beloved figure in Orlando City. You got the love here in New Jersey. Can you just talk about that great bond that you had playing here in America, and how, if you've been coming back here regularly back and forth, and if you have any thoughts of doing some coaching or doing some analyst work here?
Well, after 5 years since I stopped playing, I did some programs. I started studying football, and I think the thing that I like most is to be a sports director or something like that. And who knows if one day it's gonna be here in US. I love it to play here for 3 years for Orlando. So come here in New Jersey and see all the supporters here and asking autographs and something it's really mean to me. And I don't know, we'll see in the future what I'm gonna do.
Being part of that special team from 20 years ago that won that World Cup for your great nation, and that manager that you had in terms of Sir Scolari, and how wonderful he was for you. Can you talk about how much of a figure he was in your whole life, and just the memories and bonds that you had with him, part of that team?
For me, be part of the 2002 team was just wonderful. I was 20 years old, and I had this great opportunity to play a World Cup, to be in the roster for that team, and it's 20 years already. And every time that I can remember something of that World Cup, it's just good memories. So I'm very honored, proud, and blessed to have this opportunity. So I thank you, Filipão, our coach, every time that I can, because take a 20 years old guy to the World Cup is not easy, and he did it. So it's a pleasure for me.
And talk about this tour that you've been on, and just real quick, how you just felt the energy with this stop.
It's amazing. It's amazing to see how people look to the World Cup trophy and start to dreaming, start to hope, and say very good things about that trophy. And when I see the kids and young guys looking at the trophy and see the eyes shining, it's something that I really love, because I think soccer has very good values to help people in their lives.
So great. Appreciate you, good sir. We're here with Jersey legend, U.S. legend, great Carli Lloyd. Carli, I want to ask you, now you're part of the broadcast side, the Fox, and just the good colleagues there, the good Sir Rob Stone, as well as Ali Wagner, and the rest of the crew, Alexi Lawless. Can you talk about being on the other side now?
Yeah, I guess they call it the dark side, right? No, it's all kind of happened so fast. I retired about a year ago, and I've kind of found myself in this broadcasting world and getting my feet wet a little bit. But, I think at the end of the day, I've always been authentic to myself. I've always spoken the truth, and I've always tried to give it as straight as I see it. And that's no different. I want to give my honest assessment on what I think is going on, how teams are playing, how players are playing, and yeah, this is going to be a really huge honor for me to be with Fox Sports. And you've seen the list of former players, legends that have been a part of Fox Sports for a while. They do it right. They go big or go home, and the set is going to be amazing over there, and just really looking forward to it. I think, the exciting part of it is, I'll be over there, not necessarily at the games, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So.
Well, speaking of fun with this tournament here, obviously you being Team USA all the way. For you, besides any ambitions of the win the World Cup like the wonderful women's team that you've been a part of, what's your expectations for the team? Is it beyond just a group stage to go to another quarterfinal and beyond? What's your expectations for the team in your mind?
I think my expectations for the USA men are, first of all, they have to believe that they can do it, and they're part of this World Cup. They've qualified for a reason. They missed out on the last World Cup. Us USA fans, we're tough. We have very high expectations. So the question is how are you going to use that pressure? How are these young players going to use that pressure to motivate them? To really hone in and focus on themselves and believe. But I do think that they can get out of the group. I think that they can, perhaps make it to the round of 16. I think it's really ultimately up to them. Anything is possible in the game of football. Like you literally can't think any differently, and that's the exciting bit. So yeah, they've got a young squad. Brendan Aronson, Tyler Adams is doing really well. How are these players going to stay injury-free as well? It's going to be another key. But really looking forward to really rooting for them, and I want them to go as far as they want to go.
And something we're looking forward to is the Germany friendlies right now for the USMNT. And just your thoughts in regards to now having a lot of at least the veterans come in after having the youth in the last set of friendly matches. Just your thoughts on these upcoming games to close the year out into preparation for Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah, another 2 games of some tough European matchups. Germany are never easy. They've done well in the Euros, just fell short. So yeah, it's this is what you want. You want to play teams that are tough, that are challenging, and this is go time for the USA. This is what it's all about. Their road to Australia, New Zealand is definitely in full force now. Once January hits, there's not a lot of time to prepare after that.
The great CL10, who still could be a great field goal kicker in the NFL. Appreciate you all the way for this time.
Thank you.
Tim, this is the second time I had a chance to talk to you and meet with you all the way. So great to see you, my man. First, I actually talked to Zach Steffen the other day, and we talked about the interview that you did with him with NBC and the admiration that he has for you. You part his voice now. Can you just talk about that relationship that you have with him?
Yeah, I've known Zach a while, coming up through mutual friends, and then obviously playing against him, and we've struck up a relationship, and it's really just good to see him flourish and go through the ups and downs of what a career looks like, and continue to push forward. He's done a great job, and I'm obviously a big fan of his for all the reasons, but of course because he's a U.S. national team goalkeeper. So yes, I think more than anything, there's a friendship there, but I'm a fan at the end of the day.
and he settled himself in Middlesbrough, getting that game time while Matt Turner doing the thing that Zach was doing at Man City, being a backup, but him getting game time before this injury. If you were Greg Berhalter for this first game against Wales coming up, who would be the guy for you in the net?
Well, yeah, I think they're both, they both changed their situations, as far as 6 months ago was concerned. They both, were coming in the idea that they weren't playing, and now they are. And Matt is getting games in the Europa League pretty consistently with Arsenal, and of course Zach, up at Middlesbrough, settling in really well. So, who would I play? Given that it's so tight, I would let them continue to battle it out as deep into training camp as possible, which isn't a long time, but ultimately he has to name one. I'd go with the hot hand. I definitely would go with the hot hand. Whoever I felt in my gut, it seems as if Greg Berhalter has gone with Zach quite often. So, thankfully for the U.S., we're in pretty good hands because there is no wrong decision.
With the team having expectations in terms of not only group stage, but this generation Americans, just like yours, having that desire that any match, any day, they can be anyone, no matter where the chips fall. For you, would quarterfinals be the expectation barometer for you for this team?
I think quarterfinals is that's the stuff dreams are made of for any U.S. team, because the best U.S. team ever went to the quarterfinals. So I'm not sure that is a realistic expectation, but that's why we play and that's why we dream. So that would be pretty special.
That great 1979 tattoo. You haven't had a chance. No one, I think, has really asked you about this in media-wise. Can you explain how you just love that tattoo and how that speaks and embodies you right there?
It was a good year. It's the year I was born, and I think we have a 79 boys have a bond, so it's there for everyone to see.
You've etched yourself in terms of with NBC and getting so comfortable with the role that Philadelphia Fan Fest had great energy with that. And you just talk about your perspective of just how you become such a media member from the top quality goalkeeper that you were, and how comfortable you are in this role.
Well, NBC, it's a blessing to work for such an incredible company. We've got a brilliant team around us, from the talent to the producers and everybody involved. Philadelphia Fan Fest was one for the ages. We set the bar incredibly high for what's to come. So, quite honestly, it's just a wonderful place to be.
Great to see you, Tim. Appreciate it. So, we're here with the wonderful Sue Lynn here from Coca-Cola. And Sue, let me ask you, when's the first time that you were able to enjoy Coca-Cola, and how now you're part of it?
When's the first time?
Yeah, in terms of any Coca-Cola sip, if you can remember as a child or any time.
My best souvenir is being in my grandma's house and her having a Coca-Cola. She was drinking it in the glass bottle. She always told me nothing's better than a Coke in a glass bottle. That is my first memory of Coca-Cola.
So let me ask you how this tour has been really a lot of energy, including today in New Jersey, and then you have the final stop in Toronto. How's the tour been for you and experiencing it?
The FIFA Trophy Tour by Coca-Cola has been unbelievable. We went to Los Angeles, then we went to Dallas. We just arrived here in the New York metro area of American Dreams, and what warms my heart is that in every city, the happiness that I have seen in the fans' smile and eyes have just been incredible. I mean, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get up close with the gold trophy, which really nobody can usually see and even touch the trophy in normal time, and also for them to have all these amazing experiences with all these soccer-inspired activities, having a chance to meet some of the athletes and the celebrities, so it's just been incredible.
Who is your team in terms of your favorite team, national team-wise, club-wise, and who do you want to see win the World Cup?
So I am from Canada, so
really?
Yes, so I will cheer on for my country and cheer on for Canada.
So the first time, 36 years for the Canadian men after all success for Canadian women. What's your thoughts with this all the way? John Herman, wonderful guy. What's your thoughts on Canada's team?
What I love, and the reason why we love partnering with the FIFA World Cup, is that when you think about the World Cup and when you think about the trophy, yes, it's about the trophy, it's about a tournament, but it's about hope and it's about belief. And there's nothing more wonderful than believing in your nation and having the celebration moments with your friends and family, and just believing that your country can make it.
And one final question, you got the final stop in Toronto.
Yes.
And then World Cup for you. Just your thoughts on just everything in regards to dealing with Kaka, with Tim, with Carli, and how wonderful they are.
Oh, they've all been so wonderful. I mean, we are surrounded here with legends of soccer. We've got Kaka, we've got Carli, we've got Tim. They're some of the best in soccer, and they've been so generous with their time. They'll be spending more time today with Men and Blazer doing interviews and podcasts. So it's been wonderful. This stuff is special because we're after the trophy is going back to Qatar, and then it's going to be back here in American soil in 2026
That's
for
right.
the tournament.
See you then, right there. This proud Canadian fan, Lynn, so great talking to you.
Great talking to you, Andrew.
Yep. That is it for this episode of Overall. And make sure that you tune in for our special World Cup episodes of Overall during this holiday season. Until then, I'm Andrew Jones. Take care. God bless. And I'm Audi 5000.